For ikke så længe siden, der var jeg oppe og filme min rundvisning hos Steinway Lyngdorf. Og selvom vi befinder os i Danmark og har med et dansk firma at gøre, så vil du komme til at opleve, at dele af filmen er på engelsk. Og det er simpelthen fordi, at vi har butikker, og dermed også kunder i både Sverige, Norge, Tyskland og Holland, og dem vil vi selvfølgelig gerne favne allerbedst muligt. Til gengæld så er hele filmen tekstet med danske undertekster, så alle har en chance for at følge med. Jeg håber, til trods for det, at du vil nyde filmen. God fornøjelse.
Hi, I'm in Jutland, or rather the town of Skive, and besides a lot of rain, there's also this company called Steinway Lyngdorf, who specializes in high-end products, both speakers and amplifiers, and I'm about to visit them. Come join me.
My name is Ronald Hoffman, and I'm Product Marketing Director here at Lyngdorf Audio and Steinway Lyngdorf. Peter Lyngdorf started the company in 2005 based on basically two things. One is digital amplification or digital audio, and the second is RoomPerfect. Actually, we have to look a little bit before 2005 because Peter Lyngdorf and his team created this iconic amplifier, the Millennium, which was the world's first digital amplifier.
I can hear someone actually. Hej. Hvad har du gang i her?
Jeg er gang i at samle nogle MX'er.
Ja.
Ja.
Og for nogen, som måske ikke lige ved, hvad en MXA er, kunne du så lige prøve at forklare, hvad det er?
Ja, det er jo en forstærker.
Ja.
Ja. Så
Hold nu op.
ja,
Og hvor mange af sådan en laver du om dagen?
30 stykker.
Ja.
Så
Ja.
bliver de til at gennemteste her og pakke, og så bliver de sendt ud.
Wow. Just look at all the amplifiers here. That must be the 1120. Hej.
Hej.
Jesper.
Dan.
Hej Dan.
Hej.
Hvad har du gang i her?
Jeg er ved at slutteste en MP40,
Ja.
hvor vi tester alle udgange og indgange, og man kan se alle her på skærmen, der kommer forskellige grafer.
Ja.
Så vi kan se, at det ligger, som det skal.
Okay. Hvor mange af sådan nogle her tester I på fabrikken?
Jamen, vi tester alle forstærkere, vi sender
Ja,
ud.
okay,
Alt,
ja.
vi sender ud, det bliver testet.
Okay. Ja.
Our products stand out by we always expect high performance. So we don't talk a lot about things like THD, power and all of it because we take it for granted that our products are always state of the art. So what we want to talk about is how does it make your everyday better? Or how can we make your room sound better with our products? So basically, when you buy something from Lyngdorf, it's not good, better, best. It's small, bigger, large. So even the smallest products have the same technology that we have in Steinway. We have RoomPerfect, we have boundary woofers, we have fully digital systems, we have DSPs, everything is in there. It's just a matter of how big do you want it.
Hej Eva. Hej. Jamen, jeg kunne bare høre en eller anden vild lyd og tænkte, jeg måtte have over af.
Ja.
Hvad har du gang i?
Jeg tester en subwoofer,
Ja.
om den er tæt, og om basserne er polet rigtigt, og om de lyder, som de skal.
Okay.
Ja.
Og er det også dig, der samler dem?
Ja.
Det er også dig, ja. Samler
Ja.
du andet end subwoofer?
Blandt andet, det bliver pakket med det samme, og så med den her, den står lige og venter.
Ja.
Det er jo model D.
Hvad har vi her? Det ser helt vildt ud, det her, Eva.
Det er model D.
Det er model D?
Ja.
Kan du knytte et par ord til sådan en højtaler?
Jamen, den tager jo omkring 4 dage, fra vi starter til den er i
Nu
kassen.
op, mand.
Ja.
Ved du noget om, hvor meget den vejer sådan en?
1.500 kilo. Men altså, vi bruger jo kran.
Ja, okay, der er hejseværk her, ja. The big white door. May we come in?
Yes.
Take a look here. Wow.
Welcome.
Thank you. What a room.
Yes. It looks very chaotic and it looks like an experimental room because it is.
Yeah.
That's where new ideas get tested, or sometimes we compare things. It can be like testing something in an amplifier that we already know, but it can be speakers that are not out yet. And it might even be speakers that never see the light of the day.
Okay.
So it's really experimental, and that's why it looks a bit chaotic here. Lyngdorf has this development and engineering thing in its core, but it always has to be a good product at someone's home, not just an engineering idea.
No.
And two good things come together, like a well-engineered acoustic product and something that's really useful and beautiful in a room. That's two things that make a Lyngdorf product, I think.
And the natural question for me would be, can you show us a product that is done and is available?
Let's go in the showroom and then we can show you some real products.
Nice.
So this is our showroom and demo room for Lyngdorf Audio, but also for Steinway Lyngdorf.
Yeah.
And this is probably the first thing that you notice when you come in.
I don't know what you talk about, but yeah.
Obviously, it's not a TDI 1120.
No. What is it?
So this is actually, as the name suggests, a cooperation between Lyngdorf Audio and Steinway & Sons, the piano manufacturer from New York and Hamburg. That cooperation started many years ago. The products are unique, so there's no system model of a Lyngdorf product, but at its heart, digital audio-wise, it's of course Lyngdorf Audio engineering, and also the speakers are created here and made here.
Yeah.
And what you see, when you see gold, it's really gold, it's not brass, it's gold. When you see piano lacquer, it is really lacquered at the same facility where Steinway lacquers their piano, so there's really something special. What is special about Lyngdorf Audio products is that we are really good in the digital audio domain, and nowadays all music really is digital, so it makes a lot of sense to keep things in the digital domain as long as possible and have a digital amplifier and convert it into analog as late as possible. And then of course the second important thing in our products is RoomPerfect, that really addresses the room acoustics digitally inside the amplifier.
So this is the heart of the system?
That's the heart of the system. That's the kind of preamplifier and streamer for different music sources as well.
And this knob here, what does that do?
Try it.
Okay. Whoa.
So what we have here is the TDI 1120 amplifier. It's called a digital amplifier, and that also links the technology to the big system over there, because that at its heart is also a digital audio system. So this is a digital amplifier, and also the RoomPerfect is actually similar to the big system. We don't have different levels or qualities of RoomPerfect. RoomPerfect really addresses the room acoustics. It really maps the room in 3D with placing microphones across the room and then collecting data to understand the room acoustically and also to understand the loudspeaker. And then it addresses all the problems in the digital domain inside the amplifier. That's very advanced, but the great thing about RoomPerfect, it's so easy to use. You just take a smartphone or tablet and use the Lyngdorf app, go through some steps, and after 20 minutes you're done.
Is this just two different sized speakers, or
it's actually
does they
a
differ?
set? So it looks like an on-wall lifestyle speaker, and it is, but there's always an acoustic engineering edge to every Lyngdorf product. So this is the MH2, and this is actually the BW2, which is the boundary woofer counterpart.
Yeah, and why are you calling it that?
So we call it boundary woofer because it's out to play against the wall. So it was developed to play against the wall and then use RoomPerfect. And the way how it's constructed and together with RoomPerfect, it actually works, or it actually uses the room to its benefit. Acoustically, it's actually very good to place the woofer against the wall because the timing, the punch is much better. There's no delayed reflections to get hold of. And that actually also allows us to make the woofer very narrow.
Yeah, because that was my next question. It doesn't look as big as I would expect from a subwoofer.
And that's exactly what we do with this boundary woofer principle. We use the room and the wall to our benefit.
The future for SL Audio still holds that we want to continue using technology and using the best materials to create a very good listening experience in your room. Listening to audio is all about experiencing it, and getting the emotions of the system. And the more clean the system is, the more you hear the actual recording and not the system, the more emotions you get. And as soon as you heard that, there's no going back.